Yo, what's going on, Exclusive Thoughts fam? It's Troy Spry, a certified life and relationship coach, speaker, and author of the book. Y'all know the book, Teach Me How to Love While What You Don't Know Will Hurt You. If you don't have a copy, go get a copy. Hey, listen, I want to drop this video because there's been a lot going on the internet about this this whole topic of Pastor John Gray's comments. Now, before you get all excited, this video isn't about who's right or wrong in those situations. Honestly, very rarely do I address just popular situations unless I think they can be productive, right? And this has been weighing heavy on my heart. And so I figured there were a few things that I think have come out of this fallout of this Pastor John Gray's situation. And I think it's some things that we really need to think about, right? So let's talk about a couple things. I wrote down a few things, and I want you to follow me to the end of this video because I really think something in this video might be able to help you or someone else. Because a lot of times what I'm learning is we spend too much time blaming and not enough time learning, right? Blaming versus learning. So first things first, one thing I think that really has come out of this video is this idea of we have to learn that sometimes your biggest revelations can come through relationship. All right, so Troy, what do you really mean by that? What I really mean by that, guys, is sometimes you don't know your shortcomings. Sometimes you don't know the gaps that you have. Sometimes you don't know how hurt you might really be. Sometimes you might not know how selfish you really are, or how emotionally unavailable you really are. Maybe you don't know those things in your single season. But sometimes as you get into a relationship, sometimes as you get married, those things are exposed on a higher level. And sometimes it takes someone really, really special in your life to make you actually step back and look at yourself. I mean, for example, I know there were plenty of times I didn't know how selfish I was until I got married. Sometimes I didn't know how sometimes I couldn't let go of control until I got married. There's some things that my wife brought out of me that I was not able to see in my single season because I wasn't forced to actually look at myself on a higher level. I thought because I had, good job, I was pretty successful. I've always been pretty successful at things I've done. I thought that I could provide and protect and all those things that I thought that made me a man. But until I got into a relationship, then things were revealed. So I started to realize some of those shortcomings. So sometimes we got to understand that you don't realize, sometimes you get your biggest revelations through being in relationship. And sometimes when you're with that person, right, and they're supporting you through, this kind of brings me to my second point, right? We have to understand the difference between supporting someone and enabling someone, right? So a lot of times we get into a relationship, and what happens is we don't realize that we are enabling them by, number one, putting up with their BS, or whether it be them cheating on you, whether it be abuse, whether them not getting up off the couch and going to get a job, whether we do all these things in the name of love and call it support, when really we're enabling someone. Support is something totally different. Support is that you're bridging the gap between someone's actions, where they are and where they want to be. And you're helping them. You might be helping them reveal things about who they are or who their purpose are. You might be helping give them confidence by speaking life into them, right? And helping them realize that they're bigger than where they are. That's support. But this idea of enabling people and staying by people and riding or dying is really something that we have to get rid of, especially in our communities, because that takes away that revelation piece. That takes away this accountability piece that we all need to start having, right? So know the difference between supporting someone and enabling someone. And also know the difference between supporting someone and healing someone. You aren't a therapist, right? But you can help support someone who's willing to look at their own flaws and who's willing to open up and to say things like, you know what? I need to go get some help for these things, right? So understand that. So the third thing on my list is we have to learn how to choose healing over humping. What do I mean by that? Well, I think a lot of us are out here who are broken, who are hurting, who have things that happened in our past that are, killing us inside, but we want to address them. But instead, we seek them out in other people in the ways of sex, right? And we mistake that sex for intimacy. We feel close to someone. We're humping and having sex with people, but we have yet to look at ourselves and start to heal, right? So you got to learn how to choose healing over humping, because you are not going to find peace. You're not going to find that revelation. You're not going to find healing by just laying up under someone, right? So we have to learn how to find healing instead of just humping. Next thing, one thing we have to really get really good at and a lot better at is we have to learn how to choose partners versus parents with passion. All right? So partners versus parents with passion. What do I mean? Well, a lot of us are out here and we want someone to just have someone, right? We have someone that we find people that we just have to carry, and they're weighing on our back. They don't compliment us. They're somebody we got to carry, and we're having to raise them up, and we're having to help them get up off the couch, and we're having to help them to go out and be productive, members of society or whatever it is. And you're being their parent versus their partner. So you have to seek someone that has the same values as you, someone who has that same self-accountability, someone who has that same drive, someone who has the same things and same values that you do, so that y'all can become partners together instead of just parents with passion. Just because you're passionate with someone, you have chemistry with someone, doesn't mean they're going to be a good partner. So you have to realize those things, all right? Next thing on my list, understand this. We got to learn how to give each other a little bit of grace, right? Because we all come with a little bit of baggage. We all come with a little bit of things that we've been through in the world that shape us and mold us into who we really are. So we got to know how to have a little bit of grace for each other. What you should be looking for in people, though, is not that they have zero baggage, but are they emotionally available? And do they have accountability, right? Do they self-reflect or do they always blame, right? Are they working towards the healing that we talked about? Or are they just blaming everybody else for their issues? That's what you got to be looking for, not someone that's going to be perfect. I know we say come to a relationship whole, but remember my first point. Sometimes you have revelation through relationship. So you want to come whole and you want someone to have those same values, but you also got to give people a little bit of grace if they're not perfect. If we were only getting with perfect people, we would I mean, the world would be a whole lot better, right? But we are imperfect people coming together. And so we got to understand that and give each other a little bit of grace, right? Last thing, and this is kind of a bonus tip, is the one thing that we probably got to start questioning, especially as parents, is this. Are we still raising one-dimensional men and women? For example, are we still raising men to just be protectors and providers? And are we still just raising women to be defined by motherhood or how they support a man, right? It starts with parenting as well. What is acceptable? What is the world feeding our kids? What are you feeding your kids? How are you raising them to think about themselves? Are men going to be allowed to be emotional beings, right? And to have those gaps or to have to need that healing? Are they going to be allowed to do that in the world, or would that be seen as weak? Are women going to be allowed to be defined by other things beyond just how they support a man through things, right? And their motherhood. Some of them don't. Maybe they don't want to be mothers. Maybe they don't want to be wives, but they don't have to be defined that way, right? So there's a lot of things that we need to talk about, and I think these are some of the things that came off the top of my head when I was listening to the fallout from this John Gray situation. All right. So listen, the reason I do videos like this and I address these kind of topics is because I love y'all and I love us, right? But I think so many times we spend so much time blaming that we spend little time learning. And if we don't spend more time learning, we can't heal, right? And if we don't heal, we're destined for we're glutton for punishment when it comes to relationships. Relationships are something that we all want so badly, yet we're not willing to put in the work to seek the information in order to be good at them, right? So all I'm asking from you guys is stop blaming each other for everything and start being open to hearing each other. Seek first to understand, right? And then to be understood. So I appreciate y'all. Go get the book, Teach Me How to Love While What You Don't Know Will Hurt You. Thanks for hanging in there with me through this entire video, because I know it's a little longer than usual, but those are things I think that need to be spoken about. And I would love to know what you think, right? Comment below on the picture. Share this video with somebody. Somebody needs to hear at least one of these few topics. And I want you to share it, because I think this is the dialogue we need to be having, not is Pastor Gray wrong or right, right? For me, it's about productive conversation, right? And not just popular topics. All right. Appreciate y'all. Go visit exclusivethoughts.com or Teach Me How to Love, or go get the book at Amazon or Kindle. Teach Me How to Love.com. Hey, also, I want to say this. Thank y'all so much for all the support through 2018. I got some bigger things coming in 2019 for you guys, but thank y'all so much for all the support, for every share, for every like, for every comment. The more y'all let me know that I'm doing the right things, I'm in the right place, I feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose. So I appreciate every single one of y'all. Thanks for everything. Peace.